Good afternoon. Today we have. Oh shit! Oh really? Um, Article. So, okay, many of you will read this and will say, "Duh, of course they don't." The government have no idea about value or effort or basic economics. So let's take a look. It's good. It's good that someone actually tried to say it, which has been say like in the last 100 and something years. Um, anyway, let's see. Let's see what we'll have to do. Okay, here we have a prime minister, who, okay, depending on what time you're looking at, can be either of those. Anyway, I won't tell you which one is the prime minister because in the future it can be the other one. But that's not good. Ahead of ourselves. Say the UK's budget deficit reached 320 billion. That is 320,000 million in 2021. Really? Okay. Imagine my shock. The highest ever peacetime spend, as the government paid more than 10 million people's wages through the furlough scheme and launched a series of economic support programs. Yeah, 10 million people's wages, including, and you can probably link to another article. Yeah, and not exactly people's wages that were paid. Let's say the the veracity, should I say, of some people in the furlough scheme was, to put it mildly, cast in doubt. But okay, no, I don't want to go on the furlough scheme. But just one thing. For once, the government was the cause of these people not having to work. So you could say it's the government responsibility for these people to not lose their pay. Fair enough. Ideally, the government shouldn't have prevented them to work in the first place, but that's the United States for you. Anyway, government ministers are not properly evaluating project. Oh no! Really? I'm sorry if forgive me if I'm not surprised. Project that costs billions of pounds, or any other project. Is there any other government project? Is there any government project that doesn't count billions of pounds? According to the Chief of Parliament Spending Watchdog. Yeah, that's gonna be has to be a nice job. National Audit Office boss Gareth Davis, who apparently just woke up this morning, says the government often has too little information on what difference is made by the billions of pounds being spent. Davis wrote in the Times that he was concerned, after 2 years apparently, ministers have not learned lesson from the pandemic and that it has never been more important that the government makes the right choices. Okay, Davis, let me tell you something. Ministers have not learned lessons from the last how much? 5,000 years? And as for the government makes the right choices, I'll tell you what the right choice for the government to make. None. No choices. The government, if you look at the government's projects, there are only two kind of government projects. One, the ones that a private a private company should have done, and we have done it better with less waste and less cost and quicker. That's the first one. And the second one is the projects that never should have done in the first place. But again, this Davis boy, Gareth Davis, he's missing the whole point. The point is not what difference is made by the. I'll tell you what difference is made by the billions of pounds being spent. As Serco, what difference is making for them? I'm sure that for Serco, yeah, it's making a big difference in the balance sheet. Right? And in the income statement, surely. That's the difference they made. I wonder how many. So Davis, if you're really so concerned about, which I would believe you, I have no evidence that you're not really concerned. I can believe you that you're really concerned. Maybe you should, let's say, evaluate where this money is going. Really. Anyway, the government projects do make a difference, but for the government's friends, and I'm not taking it on the Tories, because the Tories are now in power. That happens to every color. You should be suspicious of every government project. So it is independent of the government's color. If the Tories take the hit now because they just happen to be now in the government, but if it's the Labour, yeah, leave them. Of course, they're doing the same. But I mean, not just here. You know, I've lived in different Latin American countries, and they're very familiar with this government spending. They know where the money goes. Go to Latin America and do a field study about that. Yeah, where the money goes. Yeah, I can make you a list. The UK's budget deficit reached 320. We mentioned that. The higher. Okay. Research from the National Audit Office found that just 8% of large-scale government projects has robust evaluation, and they are not good, probably. So, just a gentle reminder. Yeah, I know you all know this, but just a gentle reminder. This is your money. I mean, our money. It's you. It's me. You pay it every time. Every time you pay it, money goes to this nonsense. Every time you buy anything, remember VAT. Yeah, that too. Davis cited the Kickstart scheme as a key example. But this is a key example, and I'll tell you why. He said there's very, very little government oversight of the success and failure of the scheme. Yeah, who cares? Which subsidizes employers to create short-term jobs for John Brits. Or maybe this is a crazy idea. Maybe instead of giving money, which you previously took from them, maybe you get off the back an employer instead of paying subsidies, get off the bloody backs, and then at first get rid of the national Ponzi scheme. I have to make a video on the national Ponzi scheme. That's a scam. I mean, I'd rather give money to Charles Ponzi than to the government. But that's a different topic. Maybe you should reduce the labor regulations. Maybe you should allow employers to be a bit how should I say, flexible, and employees to be flexible on the contract, because everyone has his own history, his own needs, his own situation. You cannot do a one-size-fits-all. But anyway, the government has they're a one-trick pony. They have a problem, and the only way they know to fix it is throwing more money at the problem. Not theirs, of course. Yours and mine, all money, not theirs. They need more money actually to pay for the heating bills, but that's a different. Dictate format lesson for the simulation exercises. Yeah. Not to prepare for potential pandemic, but yeah, no, who cares? No, did not act on some warning that would have helped prepare for a pandemic. So, the exercise was pretty useless and probably costed a few million quid. What we have found by auditing government's work is that many of the interventions carried out by the government are either not evaluated robustly or not at all. This means government is not learning from its successes or failure. Yes, they are learning. They are learning. They learn that if you create a crisis, they can, let's say, route their money, all money, through the partners and associates. Yeah, that's what they learn. They have learned that lesson. That lesson. They learned that one. They learned that they don't need to evaluate projects at all. That's what they learn. And no one's questioned because it's for the greater good. The greater good. The government spokesperson say evaluating what we do to improve public services is a key part of a government reform program, which means we're gonna continue to spend money, and actually we're gonna spend more money evaluating what we do to improve public services. They always do that, don't they? They always do that. We recently launched an evaluating task force, which is already improving government services, and which costs how much? Yeah, the new 15 million evaluation accelerator fund is also promoting high quality evaluation. Well, I'll tell you, we spending too much money. That's outrageous. What shall we do? We will spend 15 million quids in addition to evaluate our progress. Who's going to do the evaluation? Serco? Maybe? Also promoting high quality evaluation to make sure we are delivering better for citizens. Great! Bravo! I have to give it to them. They do have creativity to squander our money. Anyway, Whoa, I'll tell you. Vote with your wallets. That's a tough one today. That'll be a hard one today. Vote with your wallet. Maybe vote with your feet. More plausible, but still tough call. Anyway, um, yeah, we're all the market. Cheers.